What's up, guys, and welcome back to another FSP transmissions video. We drove all the way to Easley, South Carolina to pick up this Turbo 350 for $50. Now, the reason why we picked it up for $50 because that's a hell of a steal. We're always looking for a good pump, good planetaries, and a good case. If you find a good K case, they're worth about $300 online as well. Quick tip for you. We're going to tear this thing all the way down today and figure out what happened to this transmission and see if we can't salvage it or not. Thank you guys for all the continuous support, and as always, God bless. Well, nothing in the pan. Looks like you had already taken this filter off before. Somebody's put some silicone in there. Don't like that, but that looks delicious. Now you can see here, this is actually a 1969 mechanism. This is a 1 year only type style for a manual valve. This is actually made in here and it's pinched. The newer ones have an S-link here. And the selector arm is different too. It's got this little clevis that locks that into place. And the newer ones have an arm that comes out and the S links into it. This thing's been outside for a while, it looks like to me. So we're going to have to wash it first to see if that'll pull that up. But not too terrible. Well, at least it didn't stick to the freaking case. I like that. And it's got a black plate in it too, aftermarket black plate. I mean, it's a big mesh filter. I always take mine out and never put that back in. Alright, you can see down in here how this center support has walked. See this, how the opening is past the case lugs there? And you can see how that center support's walked its way. It's just beating its way through the case lugs. So we're going to have to go back with a case saver instead of anti-clunk spring, but it also can be a booger getting this out. You've got to like position this up on your knee and do a bunch of weird stuff.
This is that 10% voodoo magic, people.
This is that 10% voodoo magic here. And you gotta like tap this center support back the way it came. And this might take us a second, so. Anti-clunk spring, that's going bye-bye as I put it in my parts bin. So. That's all I got. Alright. You can see those case lugs and how thin they are. That's toasted. Alright, here is our output shaft and our lower planetary. Looks like our clutches for a low reverse are absolutely roasted. That was broken in half. About welded themselves together. And looks like it took out the bottom of that planetary as well. I don't feel good trying to reuse that right there. And it starts, and it'll spin around itself. That's a trash. That's an L, ladies and gentlemen. That clutch pack's roasted. Click it. Those are toast. Toast! Keep the wavy, keep the big thick one. Fan's alright, still going scrapper. This upper planetary was in good shape, so that's a win. And our Sunshell isn't beat up or anything, that's a win. We'll make sure we get this washer off there.
Is it a softened Sunshell?
It's a softened Sunshell, yeah. A lot of times your forward drum clutch pack there, your forward clutch pack will take out the ring gear, but this one looks good. And this is a single piece, more heavy duty. I like that a lot. And I can already tell you it took out the drum here. And this landing area here where that rides in the bushing looks like it looks a little rough. And yeah, those are absolutely gone. And those look like they're absolutely gone too. Oh wow. No bushing in there. Where's the bushing? There's no bushing in this direct drum. Where's the bushing? It's not on the pump either. What?
Wonder why this burned up.
What in the world? There's no bushing in there. I didn't see the bushing when I tore it down either. Wow, okay. Those are fried toast.
Smoked.
Absolutely roasted.
Oof.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep.
Oof.
Oof. Wow. But, I mean, for 50 bucks, I get it. What do you expect? Yeah, good usable sprag for a stock unit. Throw this back on. This snap ring felt like it was a little weak. We use a new snap ring. About wore out. Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
I mean, you can see where it was all right. Just, I don't know if it got water in it and he tried to drive it, or I don't know what happened. When you get transmissions like this, it's hard to tell a full story. All you see is chaos.
Especially if they've been sitting for a decade.
Yeah. Man, we got a good pump out of it, boys. We got a good pump out of it. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. All right, so let's get a little bit more in depth with this. I've got to take these over to the foot press in just a second. This direct drum and this forward drum. We're gonna probably go ahead and throw this forward drum out because where your direct clutch pack rides on top of here, these teeth are absolutely obliterated. And we might be able to save this input shaft. It's got some marks on here on the bottom. That's a notorious part down there. Normally you'll see them chewed up if you run them low on fluid down there. But that one's not too shabby. I'm going to press that shaft out of there. Maybe we'll keep that. This pump is in great shape. Doesn't look like many people, if anybody's been in here before, normally you have a shim on something. I did notice that the transmission did not have a bushing in the direct drum either. And it looks like it's chewed a little bit on this pump stator here, but I don't think it's going to be a problem after we change our rings over to Teflon rings. Obviously, I'm going to air test everything, but if we can save the stator, that would be a really, really good day. Or we can, you know, I don't know. I think you might be able to get that cut down if that's the case. It's a little chewed up there. I'll get a good zoomed in shot here in a second of that stator. But the gear body's good. The gear body's just fine. We don't have any problems with your gears here. The pump was working like it should, and your gear body's in great shape. Now, I don't know if this thing was just low on fluid or what, but these are your clutches, and those are supposed to be, those are supposed to have friction material on them. There's your low reverse clutch pack. Your overrun clutch pack, or your intermediate clutch pack was burned up. And then our lower planetary was torched here too, because the lower reverse clutch pack took out the bottom of that right there, unfortunately. But we did get some single spring purchase out of it too. Normally in the 1969 model, you don't get these kind of spring purchase. You don't have to do it individually, so I'm glad we got that. Overall, I think it's worth it. At the end of the day, you know, we try to get into these things and we try to salvage as much as we can, but there's a fine line where, you know, what parts I can and can't use. I'm not going to try to use something I can't. Luckily, we have parts on the shelf, and I enjoy making videos. So we're going to scrap probably 65% of this transmission, but at the end of the day, it's worth the 50 bucks. Just because, yeah, you might say the case lugs will be out of the case, but the case is worth 100 bucks. You drop a case saver in there, I mean, that's a good working case. It's not going to ever give you any issues. And get that that governor bore drilled out too, where that governor goes in there. Those are notorious for going out as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short video. I hope you guys have a great day, and just trying to inspire people to get out and learn something new. This has been another FSP Transmissions video. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Cody.
God bless.